You already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited. Tell the truth and shame the devil. All right, we back. We back. We back. We back. We back. All right. You can definitely leave me some. You can support me by sending stars. Stars help me earn money, make help me earn money to make more content. All right. Live, uncut, miss y'all. Live, uncut, unedited in the house. My goodness, come on in. Come on in. Thirsty people, I'm sorry. I'm thirsty. Thank God for goodness. Thank God for mercy. Thank God for waking me up today. It's a beautiful day. The songwriter said, "This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it." I'm telling you, I am so glad to be living in the land of the living. Well, thank God for my YouTube family, for my Twitter family and Facebook family. Thank God for you. And we want to go back in history a little bit, and we want to talk about big mamas. And there is a need for big mamas, and I understand that a lot of us was raised differently from where these youth are being raised right now, but they are our youth, and I'm talking about black youth. Black youth. That's what I'm talking about. All right, Franklin McLeod, how you doing? Kennard the DJ, tell the truth, shame the devil. I see you. Cassandra Clark, I see you. Donna Bridges, I see you. I see you. I see you. Nathan, what's going on? Jarrell Clay, I see you. Sharice Wright. John Smith, what up, my brother? Keena Nicole, I love that name. Hey, Martin, everybody. Tamara, good evening. Peggy. Billy Kinslow, what's going on? Appreciate you. Appreciate you. We want to talk about the big mama in the house. Big mama in the house. This is live, uncut, unedited. This is where we tell the truth and shame the devil. Tell the truth and what? And shame the devil. That's what we're going to do. And we want to talk about big mamas, Chicago big mamas. And I need you guys to call in. Call in number 872-299-0808 or 872-297-6389. All right, definitely call in. We want to talk about Big Mama, Chicago Black Big Mama. Valerie Rains, what's going on, Valerie? Jarrell Clay again. Rocky Stephanie. All right. Eddie Hamer. Yep. All right. I love being black. I love being black. Tavinia Fields Fort. All right. Melvin DJ Ice Hangs. I love being black. Yes, I do, Lord. Lord, I love being black. If I can die and come back, I want to come back the same color, in the same skin. What's up, Vera? My partner, Vera Giles Norris, missing. Please come home. Global alert. Appreciate your partner. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. I know we haven't been on a couple of days, and thank you guys for tearing with me. I appreciate you. I love on you. I bless you. I thank God for you. Thank God for human breath. Thank God to be living in the land of the living. Thank God, thank God, thank God for all those government cheese and government butter, peanut butter, powder milk, powder eggs. Thank God we had a meal. It may not have been the meal that we wanted, but God, He sustained us. Thank God for hand-me-downs. Thank God for that. We will go to the thrift store. We call it the Advance. And we go and shop and get some things out. Thank God for that too. God is merciful. I appreciate every last one of my blessings. I tell you, I don't forget. Yes, I didn't own my own bed until I became grown. Thank God for mercy. I thank God that I had to go out there and get a paper route. Thank God I had to go out there and shovel some snow. Thank God I had to help carry people bags, their groceries. I had to do what I had to do. We collect bottles. We had to do what we had to do. And it's what you call survival. In survival mode. In survival mode. That's what I'm in, people, tonight. We want to talk about the big mamas. Are there any big mamas in the house? Where are they? Are they all gone? Are they extinct? What happened to the big mamas in the Black community? I got a caller. Hey, caller 912. You're live, uncut, unedited. Go ahead, my brother.
What's going on, Martin?
All right, man. I'm trying to find out. Help me out here, brother.
Well, I'm going to tell you what I've been seeing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm seeing big mamas, 47, 48 years old, trying to still get her swerve on.
Okay. You see,
that's what I've been seeing.
You see is there a problem with that, you think?
Yeah, it's a problem with that.
Oh, well, tell me why.
Yeah, you videotaped the problem with that and posted it on your page. Unknowingly, of course.
Well, I'm just showing how beautiful art is. You guys can take it how you want, but I understand.
Yeah, I mean, the old school, new school, battle, dance, whatever it was. 31st Street Beach. Little young one, dropping, doing her thing. The older one that was out there, that's her mama.
That's how you know that. How you know
Martin,
that?
I'm not going to say nobody's name.
Okay, all right.
I posted a picture up of that old rickety crickety dude under the video. I was like, I'm like, bro, you need to move around. When you get into the house music, people in Chicago, trust me, I know names. I posted a picture up. The old dude jumped up here out there dry humping with her. He photobombed the photo I was taking. I'm out there with somebody, we're taking a picture. My son's there having a doggone beer with me. And if you look at the picture, you'll see the look on his face is like, hey, bro, you need to move around, man. Because I know my dad ain't feeling you. Yeah, I ain't going to say his name, though.
Okay.
So that's what's been going on. I mean, it's like this here with me. If I did not have a bonus child, which I'm like, hey, I'm going to cuff you up, I got you. If you don't have no parents, I'm going to be that dad, right?
Right.
I wouldn't be a grandfather yet.
Okay.
My son, 31 years old. Him and his old lady ain't even trying to get their money right before they start doing some family something. And I'm 60. I just turned 60 a month ago. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
But you got Big Mama out there, 48 years old, looking at me like, he got his thing together. What?
Okay. Let me ask you a question, Sergeant. I'm not being funny. I just want to ask you a question. We'll keep it 100 with you. What would you consider a big mama? How would you want her to be? In your own words. That's what the question I want to know.
Big mama. 67, looking at 70.
Okay.
That's Big Mama. Those are the big mamas from back in our day, Martin, because you and I are not too far apart in age.
Right.
Big mama was up in them years. And you didn't even talk around Big Mama. Because you knew you was going to catch that fade and what nobody going to say nothing.
But let me ask you a question. So you saying Big Mama got to be an old woman?
With age comes life experience.
So, but then you just say the Big Mama's on the dance floor too? Now
you can look at your video.
Yeah.
That wasn't the Big Mama, no, that was the mama.
Okay. So, well.
That was the mama doing stripper splits.
Okay. You see something wrong with that? In your eyes?
Martin.
I'm asking you. Okay, I'm just asking.
Yeah, I see a lot wrong with that because I'm 60 years old. I should not be behaving in a certain way that's 30 years younger than myself that my son would behave if he out with his homies. You see what I'm saying?
Okay. Now we got to put an age limit on this Big Mama stuff. Okay. Now we got to know how to identify a Big Mama. Now that woman that's probably split is probably around a little bit around our age. I ain't in my 60s yet. So.
No, she's 50.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm 54. You know that. Well, hold it, Sarge. Let me go to the next. I got another call. Hold your thought, because we gonna get today. We gonna get established what is a Big Mama and what isn't a Big Mama, because I think a lot of us got different ideas of what a Big Mama is. That's what I'm thinking. Let me go to the next caller. 7708. Hold it, Sarge. Don't go nowhere. 77.
I ain't going nowhere.
08.
I'm good.
Okay.
How we doing, Martin?
All right, now let me ask you a question, and let's build a foundation first. Okay, we talking about Big Mamas, right?
Okay.
Can you describe a Big Mama? Give me an age that you think a Big Mama should be. You just, because I need to know. We need to be all on one accord before we start dogging out Big Mama and who is a Big Mama, who's not a Big Mama, or who's considered as a Big Mama. So I'm gonna start with you. What age bracket then describe a Big Mama to me in your eyes?
Big Mama got to be 60 plus, retirement age. So she's putting her time and work into whatever job system, education system. She's graduated to that elder statesman. She got kids up underneath her, grandkids, great-grandkids up underneath her. She's seasoned. The matriarch of the family, of the tribe. This is the mama that we all acknowledge and recognize as the mother of the neighborhood, the mother of the household, the glue. This the queen bee right here.
Okay. So we all gonna agree. Sarge, can you agree with that Big Mama should be at least 60 plus? Can I get you to agree with that? Or
I said that.
You did say it. I just want to know. I'm just trying to get us all on one accord so we can get us established.
Okay, yeah, I'm in full agreement.
Okay. Okay, hold it right there. Hold it right there, 7708. I got 36.99. 36.99. The question. Hey, how you doing?
I'm gonna go a little higher. I believe Big Mama is 70 plus, 70, 75. Because Big Mama, aka Medea, she's not 60. Okay? That's 10 years older than me. Now, Big Mama is 70 and older. Okay? Medea is at this point, Medea is 65, 70.
Okay. Anyone you guys want to disagree with that? Hold it.
Well, I do want to say this, Martin.
I disagree with it because no age has been designated for Medea. And also, say if my bonus daughter was my biological daughter, the oldest grandchild, he's 18 in college now. So if she were to get pregnant, I would be a great grandfather at 61 years old. That's too early.
Okay. All right.
That's why
I want to say this.
Hold it, Sarge. Hold it. Let this other gentleman say something. 7708. Go ahead.
So the one thing I don't want to, it's something else you said I want to get, because we can all agree or disagree on the age, but you also asked if she was becoming extinct.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if any of these young women is ready to take on that role at all. I don't see big mamas existing in the Black community moving forward.
No,
I just don't
Big
see
Mama
it.
gone.
That's what I'm saying. So regardless of what age we describe, ain't finna be no more big mama.
Yeah, Big Mama under 50 still trying to get us swerve on.
Well, she ain't dead, is she? She got feelings.
Yeah, you got feelings, you got emotions, you got needs, but you have responsibility as the elder state person to guide the family in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
Martin, who gonna be cooking the Sunday plates?
Ooh, Sunday dinner? When the last time somebody went to one of them?
Sunday dinner's dead.
People should
These
be
20, 30 year olds, it
cooking
ain't finna happen.
Hold on. Go ahead, my dear sister. Hold on. 36.99. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
People should be cooking their own dinners if they had a Big Mama. Big Mama should be getting cooked for on Sunday. Big Mama shouldn't be having to cook Sunday dinners when she is a great grandmother. She has Big Mama taught everybody how to cook. I know my mama did, my mama did, my aunties did, you know. And Martin, no, I do the Sunday dinners. I do the dinners, period. And been doing them for long before my years. So I knew how to cook a full course Thanksgiving dinner at 12 because I was trained. I was trained. So that's because my grandmother, my mother's mother, was Medea. She was Mother Dear. And that was something, it was a passage to life to know how to cook. I know grown women that don't know how to cut up a chicken. That's ridiculous.
You too?
Don't know. I know grown women that don't know how to brown a pot roast. They don't know how to make gravy scratch. They don't know how to make dressing.
But that still don't make
know how
them.
to make pies.
But that don't make them. Now that don't still make them a bad person. They just don't know how to cook.
No, it doesn't. But it's a dying art, and it all starts from Medea. You know, it does.
So you agree that they becoming extinct then?
Well, they've been extinct.
Okay.
It is just start.
Unless we got a new caller, people. 262 area code. Let's see what this person has to say.
Hello.
Hey, how are you, Mom? How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you guys?
All right. So,
all right.
Go ahead, jump right into the conversation. This. Come on with it.
Okay, I'm just going to talk about myself. I became a mother at 16. Okay, I didn't have a mother because my mother passed when I was 9. I became a mother at 16, and I had 3 children total. But from the way I was raised and the way people raised me, that's what I kept. Kept it going, and each generation just kept it going. And I can say I'm a grandmother now, and I'm 64. But the one thing about what makes a grandma is just being there for your grandkids, giving them memories and stuff. And that's what the people in my life did. They taught us how to cook. The kids in the neighborhood, I worked at a school for the last 4 years. My granddaughter was there. The kids in my neighborhood called me grandma just because of my nurturing way that I got with kids. So I know some people that are older than me just don't even have an idea how to be a grandma. And I used to hear women say, well, I had mine, I raised mine. I never felt like that. I felt like it takes a village. And I'm teaching my kids to try to keep the generation going in the same direction as we get older. And that's what I think has happened with the mothers now. It's just like the kids are on their own. So, and the grandmas, so to speak, are out there trying to live their best life. But what it really takes is balance, because been to the club and did that, but I never put my family second. I always did. So now I enjoy cookies all the time. When they come here, they expect cookies to be baked. They have them. But I do, one thing I can say is when my grandkids remember me, they'll remember the times that they spent with me because I made time for them to do tons of things. And I just made time for them. And they'll remember, because kids won't remember what you bought them or how much money you gave them, but they'll remember the time that y'all had together.
So
I just think.
All right. Well, let
Big
me.
Mama,
Okay. We let you talk now. The question is, do you think big mamas are extinct? I mean, we're not just talking about grandmothers, but extinct. Do you think they still exist or they're no longer here?
I think it's some still around, but I think they are starting to be extinct because people are going in a different direction.
Okay, give me an example. What you mean by people going in a different direction?
Okay, like Big Mama back when the Big Mamas we had coming up, we respect them. We could learn from them. They could teach us anything. We looked up to them in a way, but now you find that the Big Mama now still out doing her thing. They don't even care about whether you respect them or not. They're not around like they used to be.
I got another call too, but I want to say this in no disrespect to the women. We see more women in this day and age with a lot of masculine energy.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to say it, but I got to tell the truth and shame the devil. With that energy is being displayed, that throws Big Mama out the window or out the door, if I may say that. Because what we hear in this day and age, we hear the women say they don't need no man, or even the older women. You know, we make marriage a thing of the past. Like it's a bad thing to be married. I don't need nobody telling me what to do. I'm serious now. I'm not gender.
You haven't heard this one.
Yeah, I'm not
So
gender
I hear it all the time.
I'm not gender bashing.
No. They say I'm not catching feelings, I'm catching flights.
Right.
And then on another note, they might do need a man, but they just learning how to live with the fact that they can't find that man that compliments them.
They running them off. I know a woman personally. She meets the men and she runs them off because she is not willing to make the adjustments to get one. She meets them, but she won't make the adjustment. She runs them off, turns them off with her masculinity and strong, emasculating things she has going on. You know, she cuss a lot. She she runs them off. She's a beautiful woman, but she runs them off.
We got another caller, guys. Hold on. 6112. I believe that's Reb the Barber. Go ahead, Reb. I think that's him.
Hello.
Go ahead, Reb.
Hey, everybody doing? What's going on, Mark?
Where the Big Mamas at? Are they still existing? What's going on?
Every time, I'll be thinking that when I'm listening to you, Mark, we talk here, anytime we conversate, I'm always like, okay, can I fully agree with that? And then you would say something that takes it to the level that makes it so verifying on what you mean by what you say. So you would just ask a question concerning some characteristics of Big Mama that make you question, where's the Big Mama? And I could say there's 20% some, and the other 80% is probably gone. Now I think about the traditions of Big Mama and what Big Mama's brought to who we are today. Not only the soul food dinners and dealing with Papa, because if he ain't working, and you know what I'm saying, I'm talking about coming from my household. You know what I'm saying? Big Mama back in the day didn't care about Papa, what he had going on, as long as he was bringing home the money to take care of the bills so she can do what she had to do, and she went out to find what she needed in the vineyard and brought it home too. So I'm thinking about the culture of Big Mama, and it's kind of hard to see Big Mama out there because Big Mama had dignity about herself. You know, Big Mama was respected by the young ladies. Big Mama was never judged the young women. Big Mama would tell the young lady how she ought to modestly carry herself or how she ought to carry herself because she was a beautiful woman. You know what I'm saying? Don't give her precious jewels to. I mean, if we and then we think about this stuff, we'll find out if Big Mama's still around. You know, you got I say 20%. You know, I think about Pastor Brady. That's Victoria Brady, ABJ. That's Big Mama. You know what I'm saying? Ever since I know her spirit and everything about that lady.
Hold it. Let me ask you, what age bracket that you think is a Big Mama in your eyes?
I would say this is what I would say, and it's hard to put an age on it today because coming up, my mama day or my baby days, Big Mama was in her.
I need an age, Rep. I need an age bracket.
You know Big Mama started hitting around 40 years old when Big Mama daughter even started having a baby herself. Big Mama, because it's not only I would say 40. Back in the day, I mean it's younger down, but back in the days it was more like 60. You know, and the reason why I say it's kind of hard on the age mark because Big Mama come with characteristics. It ain't all about age.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of Big Mama age women out there that ain't Big Mama. They living like, you know what I'm saying, they young with girls. So it's hard. But I say 40.
Okay. All right. Let me just start something here. I want to start something. And you guys can go down the line. Sherry Jones Montjoy said, I believe women are more masculine energy because women has had to deal with being in charge of everything. Some women anyway. Now, I don't know about that now. Sherry,
I don't understand.
I don't understand that. You know, women don't have to, women ain't never had to do everything. Trust me. That bed that you probably laying up with, some man made it. That chair you sitting in, some man probably made it. That house that you living in right now, a man probably built that house. So men have always played a role in this society. Now, always, whether you respect that or not. So I'm saying women can't be both. Now, do I believe that women should have some masculine energy? I would say yes. You might need that if you're raising single children by yourself, special males. You might need a little of that and that. But you have to know when to hold and fold that energy. You know, you just can't walk around here hating men, but then you want to dress and be like one. That's backwards. Let me say that again. Somebody might have missed it. Might have flew over somebody. You can't be around here hating men, but you dressing like one and want to be one. Ain't that backwards? Some you hate, you shouldn't want no parts of it. Now, am I making sense, Reb, or what? Tell me. Now, I don't know everything. Somebody talk to me.
What was the question?
Martin, I can answer that question.
Well, hold on. Go ahead and answer, Sarge. Hold on, Reb. Go ahead, Sarge.
Okay.
Answer.
This is your answer right here. You had the feminist movement of the 70s. You had all other nationalities of women went back home to these men feeling they were, what's on their expression? Feeling that they had been heard, right? You got a lot of black women that came back home liberated. I don't need you. Now, as a black woman doing the everything portion of it, that was the black woman whose husband went to Vietnam, came back physically, but mentally incapable of carrying the household forward after whatever they experienced in the war. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So after that, you had those women displaying masculine energy, saying horrible things about the men that filtered to their daughters who became mothers in the 80s. Then the crack epidemic kicked in, and it was the same, and it went forward, and that's what got Black America where Black America is today. You have women that do not know their place in a relationship. They are looking for a man that has the bag, so they could take from the bag and shop instead of adding to the bag, making the bag bigger for them as a couple. If that makes sense.
Okay, I got a sister. I want to see what the sister has to say on here. 36.99.
I do agree with what Sarge was saying as far as this, when the women were burning bras and we don't need a man, blah blah blah. But the one thing you left out, Sarge, is that Black women's voices were needed because of our strength. And once we latched on to that foolishness, then all of a sudden the Black woman wasn't important anymore. We were used.
Well, that's just what I said. They were used by the feminist movement.
Yeah, and so now these women, it's what Martin said, and you too. Oh, I don't need a man, but you do. That's why the kids are running them up. That's why Big Mama doesn't exist anymore. She's 40, and she has the right to want to dance and date. She's young. She's 40 years old. She's 40.
Yeah,
she's 45.
Can I add this to it? During the civil rights movement, you had mother, father, and child marching hand in hand together.
Mm-hmm.
In 1970, 71, the feminist movement came into being.
Messed it up.
And that did it.
Messed it
Stop
up.
me when I lie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Rep. Go ahead.
You know what?
Hold on. Go ahead, sister.
They was talking about big mamas back in the day. Back then, those women had husbands, and they were at home.
That's
they
right.
had no reason to be out there in the street, so they were content at home. So nowadays, women, even as they get older, they still dressing and out there trying to impress men, still trying to get men.
I mean, let me say something. What's wrong with a woman trying to get a man? I don't see nothing wrong with that. If she want a man,
I know
ain't nothing wrong with it.
that's what I'm saying. So we can't. Let's do this. I don't want us to demonize a 40-year-old woman, a 50-year-old woman, or a 60-year-old woman that's looking for companionship. I mean, if you're in your right mind, you would want somebody. I think so. I mean, I can't speak for everybody, but I think everybody wants to be loved. I think. Now, I could be wrong. So I don't see nothing wrong with.
Right.
I don't see nothing wrong with a 40-year-old and a 50-year-old, 60-year-old woman that want love or companionship.
You know what I see?
Well, can I say
Mom, when you had 40-year-old women going to Rainbow, buying them little onion skin tight fitting catch me, ump me thought outfits, competing with women 20 years younger than them, I got a problem with that.
Well, let me say this, Sarge.
And I'm gonna say this.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let me say this. You have some women, and when I'm on the lakefront, there's BBL, got beautiful bodies that can compete with 20-year-old and 30-year-old women. Seriously. You have some women that's in shape.
It's true.
They got it going on, flat stomach, curves, and all that. I understand what you're saying. Sarge. Don't get me wrong. But you do have some older women my age or a little younger can compete physically because they got the body. They got it. I'm telling you, they got it, Sarge.
Martin.
Okay, go ahead.
Martin.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan can still compete if he wanted to, but he didn't set himself down.
Hello.
Time over with.
And Martin, another thing, when they're in their competition, they're not competing for men our age.
Well, listen.
They want them young boys.
Well, it's each his own. The old man want the young ones too. So we can't have a two-way street. So you saying the older man my age?
It's not a two-way street.
Hold on. If the older man could go out and get them a 22-year-old, 25-year-old, 30-year-old, why can't the older women go get them somebody young and vibrant if they want to? It can't be no double
because
standard.
They're trying to compete with what these doggone men that can't mentally deal with a woman in their age group are doing. These men that get these young girls, they're trying to get a moldable female so that they can mold her to be exactly what they want. Now, I'm not going to be sitting here chilling with a female. I play Cooley High. She can't relate to the movie at all. This is before her time.
Well, you need somebody that's
I'm not going to do that.
You need somebody that's already.
That's just me, Mark.
Sarge, you need somebody that's already ready. Then you need to rock the when you
exactly.
You need it already ready. You ain't
somebody
trying to.
That we have life. We have same life experiences. We're in the same age group. Life experiences in life.
I want to add to something that Sarge said real quick. So he talked about the feminist movement, and I think he's spot on. And what I've heard is a lot of women who have resentment towards their moms and say, I would never do for a man like you did. I would never be talked to the way you was talked to by him. You know what I mean? I would never sew any clothes. When my baby born, I'm not going to knit them anything. I'm not going to nurse anybody. So it seems like it's a lot of resentment towards their mom as well. This just from the outside looking in, but I think there's a little bit of that going on to say, I would never want to be how my mom is. And I never want to be with a man that talks to my mom like that.
Spot on.
Okay. Let me hear what the female, 262. Then we're going to go to Reb, the barber. Come on, 262.
You know, it's a lot women nowadays and men. When I'm 64 and I feel like I'm 50. When I think when I was younger, women and stuff was just older to me for some reason. Maybe because I was young. But nowadays, people are not aging like that for some reason. And if who's to say that woman that was out there on 31st Street Beach, that she don't have balance to her life? She took care of her kids at home. She took care of whatever her business is. And she want to go out there and dance on the night. What's wrong with that?
I don't see nothing wrong with it either.
Dancing is one thing. Doing stripper splits on a patio is a whole other animal.
Okay. Hold it. Let me just say something. And I had this conversation the other day, and I believe the person's on his line. I remember back in the day, everybody looked down on strippers, especially the ones on the pole. They talked about how nasty they are. Now what do we see today? Everybody, not everybody, most women have a stripper pole in their house. They taking classes. Now all of a sudden, it was so trashy back then. Right now, it's the thing to have one. So what's up with that? Come on now, because I got to tell the truth and what? Tell the truth and shame the devil. A lot of you women out there right now, you listen to me right now. You talked about women shaking their butt, spinning on a pole. You dogged them out. Now look at you right now. You got the same pole in your house right now, in your basement. And you doing the same exact thing.
On social media.
I have to say.
And listen, let me say this. Hold on. Let me say this, sister. At least that one that was on that pole shaking up behind, she was getting paid. You ain't getting paid for yours.
You better say it.
I got to tell the truth and shame the devil. Go ahead, 6'2". Go ahead.
And it wasn't on the street.
Yeah.
I never condemned them because, to be honest with you, that's what got me through school. That's how I paid my way through school.
See, I didn't know that.
Thank
And
you.
it's nothing sleazy about it. It's just people condemned it because they didn't know about it. Just dance. So I just got
They
me.
couldn't do it.
And it was like
It takes
was a job.
personality to be a dancer. You have to have a
Right.
certain type of ambiance about yourself. It ain't just body. It's your smile.
the
It's your
only thing-
personality.
Go ahead,
Right.
6'2".
And it was the only thing that I could do where I could keep up with my studies and stuff, you know. So it worked out. But I didn't. But people really looked down on it. You're right.
Yeah, but that's so that's what. See, that's what I'm saying, people. It's a double standard in a lot of things. We do a lot of rattling off the mouth, but we don't think. You know, we don't think. You know, I remember years ago we talked about white girls wearing thongs. Now it's the thing of that's the thing of the past. They nasty. Now look at the sisters. We're wearing it now. No, I'm not a sister, but I'm just saying as a whole.
And they're showing it.
Yeah, and
they're
showing it. I'm just saying some of the same things that we condemned back in the day, we doing right now today, people. We got the big mamas,
There's no
grandmamas. We got to be careful what we put our mouth on. And we don't go back and doing the same exact thing that we despise. I got to say, I got to keep it real here, people, because I'm not trying to make this a female against a male thing or none of that. But I got to be fair. I'm not a pimp, never been a pimp, never desired to be a pimp, but I got to tell the truth and shame the devil. You know? Reb the Barber, I got to hear from you, then I got another caller. Go ahead, Reb the Barber. I'm sorry. I'm just boot him off.
Yeah. I believe that with all of us on here, that there'll be a whole bunch of issues and the dynamics of why big mamas are no longer seen in our communities or in our households. And with that being said, I mean, it'll point right to the men too. You know what I'm saying? Men don't stand up and if you're dealing with the issues of what women are doing with their bodies, how they dress and how they dance, and a real man ain't gonna let his woman carry herself in a characteristic manner, you know. So it points back to that. But it's a lot of issues. And a lot of them is because the age limit of the big mamas back then is not the age limit of big mamas today if they would say that they big mamas. You know, you got a lot of women out there that do have the right to go out there, like you say, dance and dress a certain type of way, but at the same time, they got their grandchildren in order by taking care of them and playing that big mama role in their grandchildren's lives. So there's so many issues in the dynamics, but we don't see Big Mama because it moves back into the culture of what Big Mama brought within the spirit of who Big Mama was. You know, Big Mama, like I said, had Paw in the household in some type of control where Paw wasn't disrespectful to Big Mama. If they had any issues, it was in the bedroom or no one in the household knew it was going on. Big Mama and Paw was always married. It was, you know, it was so many things inside the culture, and we don't see that. So, you know, we'll be everywhere with the conversation and knowing why they're not around no more.
Okay. Let's get this new caller. 9433. Go ahead, caller.
Hey, Mark.
Hey.
How you doing, man?
Good. Go ahead.
I believe in it's all about how a woman carries herself. Now, you fuck with your lady on the outside of the house. What goes on in the bedroom between you and your partner.
Okay. Well, let me ask you a question. If a mother raised her grown children, and if she decides she's divorced, if she decides to go out and start wanting to date, man, I don't see nothing wrong with it. Period. She's putting herself back out. I mean, I'm just saying a lot of people have a problem when they see grandmamas dancing and shit. Grandmama, listen, grandmama ain't grandmama ain't been no saint all her life.
Right. My point exactly. I was just going to get to that. And I'm like Sarge on that one. I would rather have you experience than to teach you anything. Because I ain't got time to teach you nothing.
Well, I mean, that's your personal thing. You know, some men figure like they want to get a young lady and mold her, and some men want her already ready. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa. Yeah. It's what you like.
Same thing.
Listen, sister.
With an older lady.
It depends on what you like. Everybody got different. Listen, the sister on here, she said, all of us that's on this live right now, including myself, we are ugly to somebody. We ugly to somebody. Whether we agree with that or not, we all are ugly to somebody. Now, we may not feel like we're ugly, and we may not be ugly, but to the next man or to the next woman, we may be ugly in their sight. So everybody is not going to be lovable by everybody. I'm talking about in a dating way or in a liking way or something. So we have to look at these things, people. So we can't base mama 40-year relationship with one husband on the whole world, because what mama didn't tell you that mom and daddy slept in different rooms. She ain't gonna tell you that, but she showed up though that we've been together 40 years. Yeah, but when was the last time y'all slept in the same bed? He got his room and you got your room. What kind of unity is that? What's up with that? Yeah.
Why are you saying something key? She didn't put all her business out there in the public. She went on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. She kept it in-house. She preserved the integrity of the family.
Mm-hmm.
These women don't know how to do that. I'm sorry to say, they don't know how to keep things in-house. To think that some of these women is out here is going to assume the role of matriarch and they done slept with 50, 60 guys is scary to me. They don't know how to keep business in-house.
Well,
wait a minute. I got to intervene. On this, Sarge.
Well, that ain't Sarge. Come on, sister.
Okay. Well,
come on, speak up.
And don't nobody. I said I'm back dating, so I'm back dating, and don't nobody know my business because it's not on social media.
That's okay. I mean, listen, we living in a day. Listen, people, we live in a different time now. If any one of us lose a relative, God forbid, we might not find out by the police or the news. We might find out on social media, and it's possible. It's possible.
Right.
Y'all know I'm not lying, because how many people, listen, hold on, sister. How many crime scenes I've been to? And I had a lady tell me one time, she was following my live and not knowing that the live that I was at, the person got shot and killed was her grandson. Not even knowing it. So we living in a different age and at different times now. Okay? So things are done different. Now, I understand that grandmama shouldn't be acting like she's 25 years old, but grandmama is still a woman. She didn't pay her dues to her children. She didn't raise them. They gone on about their life. Grandmama living her best life. She got feelings. She ain't dead. She might be a little overweight. Might got a little diabetes going in her body or something going on, thyroids. But grandmama won't love. She want to be loved. You know, I'm just saying the truth.
Mark, can I say something?
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. See, like I said, when I became a mother at 16, I had to raise those kids. So I was like 44 before I was able to go to a club because I had my duties to do.
Mm-hmm.
And when I got out there, my kids was grown, so I was happy to enjoy life a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, somebody want the number. Hold on, guys. Call in number 872-299-0808 or 872-297-6389. The number is on the screen. If you can't remember the name. I know it's a little small, but it's on the screen. It's flashing. It's going through the screen. So people, I'm not trying to justify bad behaviors and people lie, but I want us to think. Let us think. See, a lot of women, and y'all hear me say this, they think that they are the prize. You think that the man is interested in you, but he's interested in your young daughter. And that may be the case. I got to tell the truth, shame the devil. So it's a lot of that going on. So when I see when I see older women, 63, 61, that can dance, and hey, listen, they ain't dead. They still want to live. We just can't retire our parents because we've gotten older and got our families. We can't expect our parents, those of us that got living parents, just to roll over and die. We can't expect that. We can't expect that. They got feelings. They might be a little.
What you have to do, Martin, is you have to give the youth, you have to model what's to come or how to behave. How do you evolve? How do you mature? So we don't have no frame of reference if the older generation is out here with us. They have to set the tone and pass the torch. You can't be out here rocking with me and I'm supposed to be looking at you as an elder. And then you think you deserve respect from me, although you presenting yourself as one of my peers. So which one are you? You got the age of an elder, but you got the behavior of one of my peers. So which one you want?
Okay, so you telling me now? Give me straighten me up if I'm wrong. If an older woman in her 50s or in her 60s, and if she can dance like a 20-year-old, that's wrong. She shouldn't be doing that.
She can do that in the comfort of her own home. She can go in her home and do that.
Okay. Well,
Why?
I said the same thing.
What I'm saying is this: if you are that age and you bringing your doggone child with you, you behaving like that, you serving your young daughter up to the wolves. Who's somebody?
I know sleep. I know who that sleep. I'm gonna boot them off. I already know who that is. They do it all the time. All right, hold on.
Me.
I know who that is. I know what it is. I'm gonna get them off. All right. I'm sorry about that. All right, I got them off.
Yeah, snowing on the screen. Like,
so Mark, yes, you can do those things, but why would you want to? You had your time.
So you
what we don't do in the Black community is pass the torch. It's the young people time in terms of that. You done had your club times and time for you to go to the disco and have fun. But this is not of what I want to aspire to be. If we don't have no roadmap from our elders, the generation lost.
So you saying they should just put themselves out the past to just be done?
No, they should. I say in certain things that are age appropriate. Act your age if you want me to respect you as an elder.
Okay.
Right. And party amongst your own age group. I agree.
Okay.
Can I intervene on that?
Okay,
you want a child to stay in a child's place, right?
Hold it. 94-33. 94-33. Come on, 94. Okay. She wanted to say something. Go ahead.
So what if you done raised your kids grown, now it's time for you to live your life.
There's no problem with that.
I'm just saying.
Then you know what? So then that's why the big mama becoming extinct. Because big mama want to be out here with the kids. That's exactly the problem. We try to justify this behavior, and that's exactly why we in the condition we in.
No,
but I'm gonna tell you this. I don't live in Chicago, but when I see them out there on 31st Street, I love house music. I'm from Chicago. I love house music. And just to be out there and just listen to that music and just be free and dancing, I would love it, but I'm just not there. Not to be disrespectful, but I just love house music.
Yeah, I love house music.
We got a new caller, guys.
He's heard it. He's heard this music his whole entire life.
We got a new caller.
But at no time period,
Doc, we got
in the era of house music. That's one thing, Martin. Just one. The people that dance to house music, the women were not doing splits and stripping moves. Not ever. You're talking about somebody that they want to follow house music.
Well, okay, let me go to the next caller. 6936. 6936. Go ahead. Come on, 69. Go ahead.
Can you hear me, Mark?
Loud and clear, yes.
Okay, I was 14 when I had my first baby and 15 when I had the second one. I had to finish school, take care of the kids, 2 girls, cook, clean, and everything else from my mother that she taught me. But I still finished school, got married at 19, got a job at 22. Now I'm divorced. My daughter is 41 and 42, and I have a grandson at NIU 21 in his 4th year college. And I still do live my life like everybody else, and I don't think it's disrespectful.
What you guys got to say about that? What you guys got to say about that?
Well,
I agree.
You're not out there. You're not out there doing tap dancing.
I just went yesterday. Me and my daughter just went to Beyonce's concert. We do things together.
Okay, I didn't ask you that. I said, like, you out there dancing like a thot.
I didn't hear you.
I thought, man, you can't say stuff like that, man. Dancing like a thought, man. Come on now, bro.
No, that's real.
Come on, brother.
If
brother,
somebody's
listen,
out there dancing like a stripper,
listen,
come
brother.
on now.
Listen, brother. Listen. Let me just say this.
How you dance,
Sarge, listen. Come on now. You got people right now. Women love they love to bag their booty up. Each women hit them on the booty and all that. That don't mean necessarily they gay. I don't understand it. That don't mean they're gay, because the thing they do. Then you got some men that when the women bag it up like that, the men be on there bouncing off that. I mean, it's just dance.
That's not age appropriate.
Right. Well, what
age appropriate?
Yeah. We're putting, okay. So,
what's age appropriate? If you can do things, some people can't do it. That's different. But what is age appropriate now?
Cards.
I'll explain that real simple. Now, Martin, hold on. Now, Martin.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
Remember when we were young and used to have the parties in the basement?
Mm-hmm.
And they only play 2 slow songs.
Right.
You get the girl. Hold on, sister. You happen to get a dance with a girl. Now you got her bent almost over backwards, dancing with her like that. That's what we did when we was young. You bent them in half down there if you could. We're older, we're mature now. We don't do that. That's not age appropriate. You see somebody 60 years old, my age, in a club with a woman my age, and I got her bent in half.
Well, I can see that. I can understand that. That makes sense.
That's what I'm saying. I'm giving visual descriptions. And a lot of people don't even know, a lot of people do not even know why the boys were dancing like that back then.
But let me just say, I mean, Sarge, now here we go again. We had a conversation about, you said a comment on here, women dancing like a thought. Listen, dancing is an art, brother. Some people dance, even when a woman is stripping, she's giving you an illusion, a fantasy. That's all what it is. It's a fantasy. If she's dancing for money, it's a fantasy. Men.
How you dance don't make you're a bad person. What if your house not taken care of, your home not taken care of, or your man not taking care of how you out there dancing?
So what happened when your little girl mimicked your dance moves?
Oh, well, they women.
Your 5-year-old girl.
Women.
Your
They
6-year-old
still are
girl.
women.
Oh no. I'm not. Let's not get
My
into 5
mother
and
used to
6.
dance. I learned how to dance from my mother.
Okay. Now I'm 60 years old,
And I'm 56.
and I have an extreme reputation as a Chicago house music DJ, one of the originators. So let me see, 56. I'm trying to get an age range here.
I used to be at the
minus-
warehouse from 69th to Dorchester.
Okay, hold on. If you're talking about the warehouse, you're talking about the warehouse on Randolph. You're not talking about 206 South Jefferson.
I'm not talking about where.
You're talking about the warehouse on Randolph. You're not talking about the original warehouse. You're not old enough to have been.
On Wacker. I used to be at all of them.
Oh, you're talking about 326.
I'm 50.
You're talking about 326 Lower Wacker Drive.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not the warehouse either. That was called R2 Underground. The dude that owned the Ritz owned that spot too. The original DJs was Andre Hatchett and Craig Cannon. Ron Hardy bamboozled his way in there with Robert Williams, the former owner of the warehouse, and the original music box on 16th in Indiana. Trust me, I was there. I know all this.
Mm-hmm.
So now what I'm saying is this. If you're 56 years old, okay, you had a child at 16.
14.
No, I'm not saying actual age. So if you're saying 14 and your daughter's what, 41?
I have 140 and 142.
Come on, get to the point, man.
So you got
Come
a
on.
40-year-old daughter. So you're totally comfortable with me, DJ Leonard Remix Roy, not trying to hook up with you and getting with your 40-year-old daughter.
My daughter is married. But
It doesn't matter. I'm talking about age. I'm strictly talking about age. I'm not talking about status.
Sarge, where are you going with this, brother? Get to the point. Right. Come on now. Where are you going with this, man?
Where I'm going with this is, if my son would have been born a girl, my son is about to turn 31 years old. If I'm at a party and I've got my 30-something-year-old daughter in there, and I'm 60, and some 50-something-year-old dude is trying to bump and grind with my 30-year-old, I have a problem with that.
Okay, so what are you trying to say?
You have a problem.
Okay, what are you trying to say? Yeah, but Sarge, what are you trying to say? I mean, older men.
Your daughter is grown, though, Sarge.
Sarge, listen, as parents, we don't want our children out there having sex. But guess what? They do it anyway. And how we know? Because they come in the house pregnant. So they doing it anyway. It's a lot of things we don't like. We don't like. Trust me. Older men like younger women at the end of the day. Now, men, if you out there talking to women that's your daughter age, don't get mad if somebody talks to your daughter your age. So it can't be no double standard.
What is the difference?
That's true, man. I don't do that.
Right.
But that's true. But don't criminalize other people that do it. That don't make other men bad people because they like younger women. Or a man like older women or the opposite.
But that's not the question I was asking.
Well, what's
you said about a young lady parent out with her if she's in her 30s. She's fully, I consider myself fully grown once I got married at 18. So I was grown.
You know, you're doing a lot of talking around the question that I asked and not giving a definitive answer. I only asked one question. There's only one answer.
What was the question?
Say it again.
The question is, you are what, 54?
56.
56. You have a 40-year-old daughter. So
And
you're
a 40
fine with your 40-year-old daughter bumping and grinding with a 60-year-old man.
Her
You ain't
husband,
got no problem with
her
that.
husband is 57.
Look, I see. There you go again. I
Well,
asked you one question. It's a yes or no answer.
Yes, it would be okay.
Okay,
For her to
thank
have
you.
Okay.
a man,
Thank you. That's all I wanted was a yes or no answer.
yes, it would be fine. She's grown, son. Long as they're not disrespected or any of that, they are grown.
Mhm. Okay.
That's all I wanted was a yes or no answer.
Yes, sir. Yes. It
'Cause
would
I
be
know
okay.
my bonus daughter is 41. And if she was hanging out with me and some dude my age, and she's married too, she's been married about 7 years, 6 kids, their life is going all kinds of right. If some dude my age was trying to whisper in her ear, I would have a problem with that.
Well, Sarge,
What
just,
you would
hold it. Just on this platform,
I'm just
Sarge.
speaking on myself.
I know,
That's
hold it. I'm gonna tell you, Sarge, something about yourself. Just on this platform, and we know one of the young ladies, she's under 30 years old. You told her to come and visit you. You want to knock her down. Now, that's what you said on this line. I don't know if it was a joke or not.
It was jokes.
But that's what you was saying.
It was
I don't know.
jokes, Martin. What man in his right mind would talk to a woman the way I talk to her, and you're actually trying to get with that woman? That's an automatic no flag.
I don't know, so I'm
no
just saying.
woman is going to doggone. Well, I don't want to say no
Okay.
women. Maybe
All right.
some women
Well,
go
Sarge,
for that.
let me
But
let somebody.
It was jokes.
Okay, well, I didn't know. Well,
It
I'm
was
just
jokes,
you
Martin.
came out of your mouth. I don't know how. I don't know when you're joking.
Yeah,
and
I
serious.
even said every time she come on, I'm gonna flirt with her because I got all the jokes.
Yeah, okay. Well, all right. Well, let me get somebody else talk because you took up too much time. 7708. You got any questions? 7708. A statement.
No, not really no question. We kind of got off the big mama stuff.
Yeah, but go ahead.
Yes, women can do what they want to do. And I think that is what caused a lot of this phenomena. A lot of women are saying, look, I'm not going to fit in this traditional role that y'all want to put me in. I'm still going to have a life. I raise my kids. I still want to have a life. I want to dance. I want to party. And that's this paradigm shift of why the big mama is gone. So, right, we want to celebrate the woman. Do your thing. But understand, it comes at a sacrifice. And what does that do to the family? Again, what was that 5-year-old, 6-year-old, 7-year-old girl looking at? This is the elder that she's looking at. Ain't nothing wrong with dancing in the house, but you can dance and do that. But it comes at a price. What are we showing our youth? You know what I mean? That's all. This is the real conversation, I think.
The black families dance at home. They play cards, keno, drink, and they dance.
Where was the kids at? Where was the kids at?
At 10 o'clock, the kids in the bed, but at 7 or 8 o'clock, people were still dancing. But at a respectable house, 10 o'clock, the kids was in the bed. But you ain't in the bed all day. Black families dance all day in the yard.
But it was certain things where kids got to, it was certain things where kids had to be in the kids' place and they had to move around. You couldn't be around adults when they're doing adult things. These days, conversations, whatever, kids got to go when adults are talking. Okay.
I'm only talking about dancing.
Okay. Now what you see is ain't no time limit, ain't no bedtime. Kids have access to seeing adults in these different spaces, and this is what they get to go off of. This is what they have to aspire to. So now instead of wanting to hold down a household, make Sunday dinners, and be the matriarch of the family, they want to pop, lock, and all this other stuff like grandma. I want to be like grandma.
Well, I think it's gonna be 90 degrees. It's gonna be 90 degrees Tuesday and Wednesday. So I done cooked 3 meals, and I'm 56 years old. And if somebody calls or say they want to do something, it's wrong for me to do it.
Nobody's saying wrong. You got age appropriate behavior. Like when I was little, if Miss Brown was over at the house and she's sitting there talking to my mama, and I stood there too long, I got my head slapped off my shoulder being around grown folks or grown folks talking.
Now you trying to overtalk me, Sarge. That ain't gonna happen too many times. Now, listen, I'm keep calling you. Now, let me say this. You got, let me say this, my brother, and I understand both sides of what he's saying. Now, I believe the elderly women should be example to the younger women. I understand. But it depends on how you look at this. You have older steppers. You have a lot of people that's 40, 50, 60, 70, even some 80-year-olds stepping right now. They go out and step. You know, it's a form of exercise.
Martin, what's the average age range of people when you go out to them stepper sets? What's the minimum age?
I would say at least 40. So, I mean, I would say
grown folks.
Right, grown folks. I would say grown folks. Yeah, I would say grown people. I would say grown people. I definitely would say that. But my thing is, let us not write off the older people and say they dead. We can't write their book for them. We can't write their last chapter. And I understand what you're saying, my brother. I promise you I understand. We need example for the young people. You know.
You're making a good point, though. Making a good point.
But let me just say this. At the house thing, now, there's no gunfire. You might have an argument there. And guess what? They doing everything young people doing. They smoking, they drinking, they dancing, they laughing, they playing cards. But no one is being shot and killed at these older folks get-togethers and things like that. So one thing the younger people should do, they should look at us and say, you know what? Even though we drink and smoke, which we probably shouldn't be doing no way, they are a prime example of how people still drink, smoke, dance, and party, and everybody go home alive.
That's the way I was raised, Mark.
That's it.
But the young folks, if you look at their woman, listen, man, if you don't want nobody to look at your woman, that's what people do. Look, when they're in clubs or when they're in reunions or whatever, keep her at home. Now you want to shoot somebody because this man is looking at your woman or your wife, whatever. Keep her at home if you don't want nobody to look at her. You allowed her to come outside with the two-piece on. That's you. That's on you. She came out with the two-piece. Martin. She came out with the two-piece on, and you weren't man enough to say, "Hey, baby, throw on a little sheer thing around you. I don't want nobody looking at you." If you ain't got the guts and the balls to ask your lady, now notice I said ask, not tell her, put on some clothes, or this is, I don't want you doing this because it may cause a problem. So I'm just speaking plain truth, people. I'm not justifying no bad behavior or anything. So young people, take example and look at the stepper situations and the house things. Now, I'm not saying everything is perfect, but at least you know when you go to a house party, which is universal, which is all people, straight, gay, lesbian, it's all people, white, black, Hispanics, it's all come together. Even though they think different, do things different, they come together and get to dance on a universal beat. And you don't have to speak English to understand house music. The beats are there. And
I'm gonna tell you, I was in Chicago a week ago, and I'm scared to go to anything with a crowd. But when I saw them people on that beat getting along and stuff, and nobody got hurt, I'm willing to make a trip to Chicago just to go to it.
Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna
because they was having fun, just clean fun.
Yeah. We got a new caller. Hold on. 6557. 65.
Hey, Martin, it's Keena Nicole.
Hey, Keena Nicole, how you doing? You always have something interesting for us. Come on with it. Come on with it.
All right, so
we still talking about Big Mama now. Come on. Go ahead.
Yeah, of course.
Me growing up, we talking about, I was born 75, so high school years was like 89 and 93, right?
Mm-hmm.
My grandmother's grandmother lived in the house with us, right? And most people can't even imagine knowing their grandmother's grandmother. I knew my grandmother's grandmother. We called her Big Mama. Big Mama's daughter passed away before I was born, but I had a Big Mama. She died like 2 weeks before her 102nd birthday. When I say she was the true matriarch of our family, she was. When she passed away, the family structure just kind of went away. But then what did we do? We tried to bring it back, right? Revise, reamp, renew. And so even now today, I just called my cousin like, hey, I fried some chicken, come over here. And we was playing music and we was dancing up in my apartment. Me, my kids, you know what I'm saying? It was good, clean fun. We had a ball, that's all. I understand what everybody is saying. I do. I mean, I'm like an old soul. I be in the house. I stopped kicking it like that before I had my first kid, and I was in my 20s. But I'm not mad at nobody who go out and enjoy themselves. I'd rather be in the house. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad at nobody, especially with the ailments I got with my body, and I see people in their 60s, some in their 70s, moving around better than me. I'm like, my God, I wish I had their knees, you know? But I'm not knocking them. I'm not. We don't know the story. Like some of the other callers were saying, they had kids real young, so they couldn't really enjoy like that. And when they raised their babies up, it was like they had a newfound freedom, if you will. What's wrong with that? Nothing. Now, I got a daughter that's 21. I don't go hanging out with her and all of that. But if we having something like universal, where it's a barbecue at the house or whatever, of course she is. You know, that's just what it is. But I don't go out with my daughter. I don't do that. But I'm not going to tell somebody else is wrong. That's them. You know, that's just them. I don't do that. But I didn't hang out with my granny. And Martin, I told you before, granny raised me. So, I mean, that's just my little thing.
Well, my thing is, I understand both points. We don't want to write off the big mamas. We don't want to write off grandmamas because they still have feelings. They ain't dead. They desire companionship. And, you know, I believe that everybody really wants somebody, you know, so we want to write them off. And I understand what Sarge was saying, stripper pole and all that and all that. But some women, that's the way they dance, man. They dance loose. They shake it, man. They shake it. They still got it. They were shaking in their 20s, and then in their 60s now, and they still could shake it. You got some women right now that's in their 50s and 60s can swing on that pole. I tell you, can swing on that pole better than some young 20-year-olds and 30 years old. And you got some of these older women that have went out and got their BBL, their Brazilian butt lift, and they look good with it. They look good. Their confidence is on a high all-time level. But again, like 7708 said, we still have to, when I say we as a whole, speaking as a whole, not as a female, have to set a standard for our younger ladies. The scripture do tell us that the old women ought to teach the younger ladies. You know, it's okay to enjoy yourself, but don't get so drunk where you don't know where you at, and a man just put you in his car and take you home and take all advantage of you. You know, we got, don't leave your drink unattended. When you go to the bathroom, you take your drink with you. Period. That's how it is.
Well, some of that, most of that, a lot of that back in our day was taught at home. Now, it's a lot of people that didn't have it, but everything you just said starts at home. But if you don't have it, then that's where the neighbors and Miss Jones and Miss Brown and all that stepped in. Some of that's gone now because you can't say different things to people. But everything you said That started at home.
Okay, we got a new caller.
That come from home.
We got a new caller. Area code 612.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Hi. Good evening.
Good evening.
From Minnesota, but I am.
Okay.
And I actually 2 minutes ago, and I just want to say that.
Hold it. You keep bringing it in and out. So I don't know if you got your, can you turn your volume down?
Can you hear me better now?
Yes, go ahead. That's better. Go ahead. Yes.
Okay. My phone be acting up sometimes. But I just want to say I just turned 42 2 minutes ago, and I dance, I shake my hips, and I shake my thank you, and I'm gonna shake my peach. But I also step, I also cook, I also clean. I am a mother of 3 boys, 23, 20, and 16, and I've been raising kids forever, to be honest. And so I don't think that that's the problem where it comes in as far as like where the big mamas at and this and that. Yeah, the big mamas are younger in age. I'm seeing these days. So things are a little different, but life was different back then.
Okay.
Shoot, those relationships with the man and woman, husband and wife, lasted through the storms and everything else. So it was different. The standards was different and everything else. In 2023, everybody is living their best life. And if you had kids young, and I was young, 18, but I still was young, I had to stop. I was living my best life, and then I got pregnant, and I had to make a choice: take care of my kids, make an example for them, or continue to party. That's not to say that I did not party during those years, but I do find myself partying now more after that 40 mark, because now my kids are older, and I enjoy it. Dancing is art. Music is art. And anybody that thinks anything different is out of touch with reality, because music is good for the soul. And I'm from Chicago, and I was raised off house music, soul music, old school music, all of that, rap, R&B. I lived through all of that, and I loved it. My go-to music is R&B.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I play all night long. I just pause my Alexa, but I'm listening to Whitney Houston, the OJs, and the Temptations. I don't think that's what the problem is. I don't see a problem with that. So that's in response to, what's the name, Sarge, because he was saying a lot, and I don't think that, I respect your opinion because everybody has one, but I don't think that that's all true. And like Martin said, I'm just going to piggyback off that. You was definitely, and you justified that by saying, oh, I said that on the phone. I'm going to flirt with her every time she get on there. It's still flirting. That's the key word. It's still flirting. So like Martin said and other people said, it's some men like younger women, some women like younger men or older men, vice versa. It goes both ways. It depends on the maturity level and what suits you. I don't think that we should be judged. We're judged by everything else and by everything that we do, just being Black people. But music has always been a gateway for us to express ourselves and our pain, our joy, and everything, even in churches and choirs. So I don't see a problem with it. I'm not going to be out in the street twerking and shaking, but if we at a barbecue, family barbecue, I'm definitely going, and we going down a Soul Train line, I'm definitely going to do my thing, and I don't feel ashamed about it or none of that.
All right. Let me say this.
Tell the truth.
Let me say this.
And shame the devil.
Somebody made a comment. Say, you don't see Jewish or Asian older women twerking and turning up. they have respect and they stay on their code. Let me say this. First of all, whoever said this, hold on, let me say this. Whoever said that, we always say what we don't see other races doing. You don't even be around other races. They don't even invite you. Well, right. You say, well, Martin, I live around white people. I guarantee none of those white people invited you in your house, in their house for dinner. They barely even speak to you. They wave and keep going. Listen, people, let me just say this. I know I've lived around white people for a small portion of my life, and I know how they get down. They would not invite you in their house. Trust me. But they want to know what's going on in your house, and we'll call the police on you if they see you violating the rule in the wherever you live in. But my point is, we're different people. We are different people. We are. We think different. Everything that we do, we put a twist on it. When we sing, it's something special about when we sing, when we hum, the way we have rhythm. Our little babies come out of the womb on rhythm, on beat. We're different, people. And we're not going to do everything like the white culture is doing and told us to do. We had a discussion about ghetto. What are we comparing ghetto to? What are we comparing? We're comparing it to the white culture, the way they do things. That's what we're comparing it to. So people.
But in reality, we grew up in a different community. Our community was different, and our culture is different, and everything that it represents is different from everybody. And like Martin said, I agree. We are special. Why do you think that our hair grows up towards the sun?
Oh, preach.
That's where all our energy is coming from.
Preach.
And shame the
Everybody
devil.
else's hair grows down. So for those who are ashamed or feel a way about their natural hair, the way it grows out their head, no. And I was permed curled. I went from a Jerry curl to a perm. I was doing that. I came in the Jerry curl era and switched to the perm era. I was one of them. I'm an 80s baby. And about 8 years ago, 7, 8 years ago, I decided to stop perming my hair because it was thin. And turns out I didn't need none of those things in my head. I got good hair.
Mm-hmm.
So what other people consider being nappy or not good, that's them undereducated people, because we actually got that's good hair.
Mm-hmm. So and you know
and
what?
we get our energy again from the sun, which everything begins. You know, like the sun is our biggest energy.
Man, listen.
We are more people.
Let me
other
say
races
something.
are really afraid of if we come together as one.
Hold it, sister.
Because they know the power.
Sister, hold it. Let me just bring out something real quick.
We just got to figure it out.
Hold it, sister. Hold it. Let me say this, people. In this world we're living in this part of the country, the Western Hemisphere, we say New Year's begins in January. But those of us that are in the conscious world, in our culture, New Year begins in spring. When New Year's come, spring, it brings forth life, new life. And if you have New Year's in January, that's harsh and that's cold. That's when things die. So we think different. In the African culture, and some of the cultures, you can have more than one wife. I got to say it, people. That's the way they did things in that culture. If you can afford them and take care of them, they had wives and concubines. I'm just saying, hey, listen, I'm just saying what it is, people. But in America, they do things different and say things different. Listen, in Afrocentric culture, you can have a baby standing up. But here in America, they want you to lay on your back and push out that way. So we do a lot of things different, people. We're different. You got to remember, we've been robbed of our culture and the thing. We've been robbed of our language and everything. And I still hold to this truth. You can take a German Shepherd that's born in America it's still a German Shepherd, regardless. It's just in another part of the world. And what I'm saying is, you can take an African, born in America, it's still African at the end of the day. DNA, don't lie. It speaks for itself.
Our DNA is awesome, ain't it, Martin?
Yes, it is. They better get
They
up
want
on
our DNA.
They better get on it. Y'all better
They
get
want
on
our
it.
DNA.
I'm dropping jewels on
They
y'all
want our
tonight.
DNA.
I'm dropping
We
jewels
the
on
only people, we the only group of people that can make babies of every color, shade,
And they
eye
still come
color,
out black.
hair type, texture, and they still black. It don't matter. But we can make those. In other cultures they can't. That's why that's why all the interracial babies is if you notice the population is a lot of interracial babies. Now my oldest son, who is 23, is by a white man. So no shade there. My it was different. My man said it was different back then. However, now I'm learning, I'm seeing more. And then when I had him, it was frowned upon. I was looked at like, when people saw me with my baby, looked at a little funny, like, oh, shoot, is this even your baby type situation? But now it's so common, and it's so that now other cultures actually are seeking purposely to have babies by Black men.
Mm-hmm.
Because our DNA, everything that we're made of, is more precious than the gold and the diamond. Anything that's worth something, you got to dig for it. It's hidden. It ain't easy to get to.
Mm-hmm.
So the way that they get to us, one, we got to come together as a group and realize our power. They don't want that, so they're going to do everything that they can to prevent that. They always have, and they always will. That's just what it is, because they are afraid.
Mm-hmm.
As they should be.
Yeah, well, let me just say this, people.
The only difference is we're people in reality, I feel like, at least me, and I think the world needs more love. So I just love. I'm one of them people. And in real life, we can really show them how you can really treat people the right way. We got some evil ones too. We got some wicked. And don't get it twisted. I ain't saying that. I know.
Okay,
a few,
but hold it, sister.
Quite a few.
Sister, you running out, rattling off now. Let me take control of this now. Appreciate your good comments and all that. All right.
I appreciate you for letting me on.
No problem. No problem.
Y'all have a good night. I'm getting them birthday calls.
Okay.
Y'all have a good night.
Happy birthday to you too.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right.
Thank you.
All right, no problem. So people, we have to learn how to look at both sides of the coins. Yes, the elderly women are supposed to be an example to the younger women. Teach them. But the younger women have to listen to them as well. And a lot of times, we often do a lot of talking, but we do less walking. Well, what I mean about this is, if you want your daughter and son to look up to you, and you don't want them to be like you, or whatever, the point I'm trying to say is, be an example what you tell them not to do. Now, if you out here smoking weed and you don't want your children to smoke weed, you tell them why. Tell them why. I don't need you smoking weed. You shouldn't do that. I'm stopping because it's bad for my health. So we have to be an example. Our children watches us and they gravitate toward what we do more than what we say. And that's real talk. And I believe, like the brother said, the elderly women, you're not 22, but I know we love to dance, and you're not 32 and all that. But we still have to be example to the younger people, and I'm not saying no mixed message. But there are some elderly people that's 56, I'm in my 50s, that can dance like they're 22 and 24. They have the body, they have the stamina, they have the moves. Real talk. but I'm going to do the closing comments. I'm going to start at the top. Sarge, I'll let you say 2 minutes and I'm out of here. Then I'm going down the line. Sarge, 8217, go ahead. 2 minutes.
All right. Hey, enjoyed the stream tonight. And what I could add to the conversation is when you were born, the child born out of wedlock ratio was 26%. Now it's damn near 80. That is a problem. People can only be a repaired people if it starts with the family unit. You can't be family. Oh, I don't need a man to raise my. You got all these doggone guys out here, man. These different explicitive words. Ain't this, ain't that. Well, y'all walking around displaying all y'all public draws and thinking y'all man. Looking like y'all was a violated inmate. People need to get it together. Don't, be the part more so than trying to look the part when it's convenient. That's all I got to say.
All right. 7708 70.
All right.
Go ahead.
So I think it's been, I think this culture is just out of order. And I'm using a point of reference from when I grew up and what I knew to be true and certain traditional values that I was brought up with, being raised with both parents, having grandparents on both sides, having great grandmothers, and being able to experience and have them. And so this is my point of reference. And so when I speak, I look at that and I try to be mindful of the changing times, but it's kind of bittersweet. I want to celebrate women and celebrate their independence and the fact that they can still be mobile and move around. Older in age. When I was younger, someone in their 60s, they was old. But now, yeah, you can still do the percolator and step and all that stuff. And it's a beautiful thing. But I do think it comes at a cost. And I also think that it's a certain maturation process that we all go through when you're 10, 20, 30, 40, every decade of your life, you evolve, you mature. And although you can still do some things, it's certain things that are age appropriate. And I think you allow the generation beneath you to kind of enjoy some of those things. And while you can still enjoy them, you're just not doing them on a consistent basis. And again, that's just my point of reference. I know my uncle, when he was able to drive, he used to drive everywhere. And then there came a point where I had to drive him around. He had to give that up. We can't just hold on to some of these things for forever, because we do have to pass it on to the youth. We in a generation where we still look up to Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson to fight our fights. We got to let them retire and sit them down. And I don't think that's what's happening in the Black community. Our elders still want to be youthful and do youthful things. And things are just out of place. And again, I want to celebrate the woman, but I do wish that we could do something to preserve that Big Mama, because the reality of it is, if Big Mama gone, I don't know what's going to happen to the Black community. So that's all I'm going to say. I appreciate the platform, Martin.
No problem. Thank you. 9433. Great caller, 9433.
I want to say I had my big mamas around, and I lost my grandma in December, so I still got a lot of her traits, but it's not what you do, it's how you do it. And I appreciate the platform, Mark.
Okay. All right. Thank you for that. 6936. Go ahead, caller. If you're still there.
I'm just done. Everything everybody said was true, but I don't think we should just write everybody off for different things that certain people say. Life goes on no matter what age it is. Just do things the right way, and it's not what you do, it's how you do it.
Okay. All right. 6557. If you're still there, birthday lady. She's probably gone.
All right, Martin. It's King and Nicole.
Oh, that's King Nicole. That ain't birthday. Okay, go ahead, King Nicole.
I just want to say, with everything that's happening now, if you can find a way to enjoy yourself, have a good time, especially with friends and family, do that. Every time you turn around, you get a citizen notification, or even you, Martin, you going live with some incident that happened. And so instead of so much focusing on how a 60 or 70-year-old is dancing, let's be happy that they're still here. Because everybody, I mean, if you turn it around and you look at it, I got an uncle now. He's in the hospital. He's not even coherent for real. You know what I'm saying? And he's just not coherent. And I'm like, if you got somebody that can still function and have a good time, do that. There's so much negative stuff going on. You see somebody having a good time, just let them have a good time.
All right.
That might actually change a younger person from wanting to do something crazy. Like, man, you see this old lady or this old man over here, they was turning up. I'm going to be like that when I get there. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
I'm not going to rule out the old folks. I'm going to let them do them.
Well,
That's it.
Well, I'm with the old folks. I'm up there. I'll be 55 the speed limit this year if God say the same. But I'm getting up there. Hey, I appreciate for life, sister. I ain't mad at God. I ain't mad at nobody. I thank God for being this age. You know,
Me too.
It didn't have to be so. It didn't have to be this way. I could have been
It
dead,
so
sleeping
didn't.
in my
Martin, I'll be
grave.
48 next year.
That's
right.
I could be dead,
Next week,
sleeping.
I'm sorry.
I could be dead, sleeping in my grave, but the good Lord made death get back and behave. So I'm glad to be here.
Tell them, Martin.
I'm glad to be here. I'm grateful. I wouldn't say life is all peaches and cream, but I thank God for life. No blessing that I'm going to leave unturned. Thank God for all the blessings.
Right.
Thank Him for the pain.
Right.
Thank Him for the good times. Thank Him for laughter. Thank Him for the crying. Thank Him for being sick. Thank Him for the bereavement. Thank Him for all. If I had to do it all over again, I'd come back in the same body, in the same mind, with the same parents and the same brothers and sisters. God is. Y'all gonna get me preaching on here. I got to get off here. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate you. Y'all already know what it is.
Brother Martin,
You already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited. Tell the truth and shame the devil. And I don't know about you, but I love being black. I love it. I love being black. I tell you, you better listen. That sister spoken so well on here. Y'all black people, you better wake up and start loving on yourself. You can't expect the white man to love you when you don't love yourself. You have to love yourself. When you learn your history, you know who you are. It gives you a sense of pride. It gives you can walk in that. You can speak. When you open up your mouth, you tell the whole world who you are. You could be looking one way. Right. You could look like a bum on the street. But when you open up their mouth, they say, uh-oh, he or she knows something. They know something. When the officers pull you over, they know if you know somebody and know something. They can tell the way you behaving. They can tell. Trust me. So people, go in peace. Have a great night, great morning, whatever you want to call it. Thank you guys for coming in on my live. I appreciate you. Share the video. Share the video. Thank you so much.